Hi Capricorn, welcome to my channel, The Fool's Journey Tarot. Today is December 8th, 2019. This is a general love reading for the sign of Capricorn for the beginning of the month of December. Because it is general, it can apply to any kind of relationship you're dealing with. It can also apply to situations or circumstances. Be flexible with the energy. Don't be too concerned about the gender of the cards or the pronouns I'm using to describe them. You can interchange the roles within the reading. You might feel like you're represented by any one of the characters that shows up in the cards. Also, you might feel like I'm reading for you, but you could also feel like you're cross-watching for somebody that you're dealing with. As always, take what resonates and leave behind what doesn't. My intention is to reach as many people as I can who need the message the most and who will benefit the most from the message. This is my co-star Carmilla. She has moved into the living room as of this morning or this afternoon, and we're trying to give her a little more out of the cage time. So she's been out for a while. She's a little tired, more tired than she normally is when I take her out for a video, so I'm hoping that she's going to behave. There's a little bit of external noise because the cat got a new toy too, so he's playing with it right now. It's a little ball that goes in a circle, and it's got a bell in it, of course. So if you hear the external noise, that's what's going on. Okay, Capricorn, I'm going to give this deck one more shuffle, and then we're going to get started with you and see what's going on for Capricorn today. Beginning of the month reading, love reading for Capricorn. No, you can't come up here, and Sylvester's going to want to come sit in my lap. I can't have you up here and the bird on my shoulder at the same time. No, you have to stay away. I'm sorry. Can't happen. Eight of Swords in your underlying energy, paired with the Knight of Swords in reverse. You have the Seven of Pentacles in reverse with the Three of Swords. Ouch. Please don't bite me. The Knight of Wands with the Eight of Cups. The Devil in reverse. Oh, Sylvester, I can't with you. And we have the World in reverse. Okay, Capricorn, first of all, I apologize. The animals are going to distract me. I can't help it. They're being very needy. Past couple days, it's been nonstop with these two. Mostly this one here, because he has decided that my lap is the only place he can be. And so here he is. And yeah, as you can see, the bird and the cat don't get along. Cat leaves the bird alone most of the time unless she flies directly over his head, and then he gets all, you know, his instincts cause him to take a glance at her and maybe a swat once in a while. She'll bite him, nip at his tail or his ear if he gets too close. So she's actually more aggressive towards him than he is towards her. I know that's hard to believe, but it's true. Anyway, let's take a look at your cards, Capricorn, and see what's going on with you. So I do feel like you might be feeling trapped by an inability to take action. You might be fearful of taking action or not sure what to do. We have the Three of Swords in your first set of cards, which could indicate some grief and some heartache surrounding a relationship. Looks like you're frustrated with this. Maybe you're having a hard time letting it go. Knight of Wands also in reverse. You could feel like you just don't, you're at a loss as to how to move forward or how to move on from this, or whether or not you should move on, with the Eight of Cups paired with the Knight of Wands. Devil energy in reverse, World in reverse. I do feel like you're battling this, that you feel like you're maybe in an unhealthy spot right now, or place in, you know, a situation that you're not feeling is good for you, and that you want to move on from this, or feel better about things, or try to heal this matter so you can move forward and start feeling like yourself again. So we have the Sun clarifying the Eight of Swords, the Lovers clarifying the Knight of Swords, the Seven of Pentacles is clarified by the Knight of Pentacles in reverse, Ace of Cups clarifying the Three of Swords, Queen of Wands is clarifying the Knight of Wands. There's the Eight of Swords again, clarifying the Eight of Cups. The Devil in reverse is clarified by the Queen of Cups in reverse. World in reverse is clarified by the High Priestess in reverse. Okay, so this is definitely in regards to a relationship. You might be feeling like you don't know what to do. You realize you feel trapped by this. Maybe in the past you've tried to let this go. Trying to heal yourself from the situation, but there's stagnation or no movement, no growth, no forward movement, and a high level of frustration regarding the situation. I do feel like this is a lost love, possibly unrequited love. It may be a relationship that never got off the ground, or maybe if it did, it was short-lived. We have the Queen of Wands on the table, which I do feel is your energy, Capricorn. You may be feeling like you don't have a plan, you don't know what to do next, you feel like you're maybe a little scatterbrained, or if you are taking some kind of action or movement forward, that it's not what you ultimately want to do, feeling like you aren't making the right moves. The Queen of Wands is in the upright positions, which is, you know, that's good news at least. This is someone who has, who's very ambitious, who takes action where action is needed. This is not a shy individual. This is someone who could be very social. This is someone who has leadership skills. This is someone who can be very attractive. People are drawn to this kind of person. The Queen of Wands can be someone who has no problem getting attention, unwanted or otherwise. So it might feel a little unusual, Capricorn, that you're in a situation where you don't feel like you know what to do or what actions to take. Or if you have taken actions in the past, you might feel like they were the wrong actions, or you just weren't well prepared, or you didn't think them through well enough. I feel like you think you have to move on from this. You need to let this go. You need to get into a better spot. You have the Eight of Swords twice here. I think you're clear that you are definitely, at this point in time at least, feeling stuck or trapped. So you want to get out of this place where you are right now, where you feel like you don't know where to go or how to get out or how to move forward. There's a sense that maybe you've kind of gone through, I mean, there's Three of Swords, so there could still be some heartache, some sorrow surrounding the situation, or a relationship maybe that went awry, or something that didn't go quite right within a connection. But at the same time, I feel like you maybe are working through those emotions, because you know right now this is not healthy for you to be dwelling or to be feeling this kind of grief and sorrow for the amount of time I do feel like you have been. I do feel like you've been stuck in your feels for a while. Something tells me though that you're ignoring maybe a gut instinct you have regarding this situation, or you're setting aside some thoughts that might be leading you a different direction, maybe someplace that doesn't feel very comfortable for you, but you're ignoring that. You might know how to get yourself out of this situation from feeling trapped, but it's not something that makes you feel happy, or it's not making you feel, I mean, you may feel like it's the right thing to do, but you don't want to do it, is what I'm trying to say. It's an uncomfortable solution. I mean, this could maybe mean, maybe you have a connection with this person, a relationship that didn't go well and you're still hanging on, or maybe there's, you know, you still have the connection, or you still see this person frequently, and maybe you're thinking that you need to change that, or, you know, something of that nature. Let's get some more cards out for you. Sylvester, I love you dearly. You know that I do, but you make it very difficult for me to shuffle my cards. Fortunately, I've pre-shuffled all my decks, but I do like to shuffle them while I'm doing the reading at the same time. So, if he would just stop doing his little, you know, his little paw thing, he leaves like little holes in the top of my legs, so I have like these little poke marks on the top of my leg because he does this and he won't stop. So if I wear multiple layers like I do in the winter, I'll put my shirt underneath his paws so at least he's not jabbing directly into my leg, which can be painful. Okay, Capricorn, I know it's the last thing you want to do is watch a tarot video and hear about the cat or the bird, but what can I say? They're here. All right, Capricorn, so clarifying the Eight of Swords, you have death. Clarifying the Knight of Swords in reverse, we have the Three of Pentacles. Ten of Swords, clarifying the Seven of Pentacles. Ace of Wands, clarifying the Three of Swords. Page of Pentacles, clarifying the Knight of Wands. Chariot in reverse, clarifying the Eight of Cups. The Devil in reverse is clarified by the Nine of Cups in reverse. And the World in reverse is clarified by the Knight of Pentacles. This is a repeat, but this time it's in the upright position. So I feel like you have a sense that you need to move on or move forward or move away or let this go, but you haven't done it yet. You know what you need to do, but you're ignoring the solution. You don't want to know. You're ignoring it. I think you have the answer, or maybe you're pretending you don't, or in your head you don't want to acknowledge the answer, because I think you wanted or still want a new beginning, a new opportunity, a second chance at this relationship. This came out clarifying the Ace of Cups, or sorry, clarifying the Three of Swords. I think you've been fighting the ending of this relationship or the end of this relationship. It hasn't gone anywhere. It's been stagnant for a very, very long period of time, and there's a lot of frustration, and you're frustrated with this. I think that you wanted a second go at this. Maybe you had a second go, or maybe you've already tried that and it still isn't going anywhere. So at this point in time, you feel trapped by bringing this to a close, bringing this all to an end in some way, shape, or form. I think you know that you need to do this. You need to bring this to an end because you probably exhausted your efforts to make this work. This is in regards to a relationship you feel very strongly about. This is a connection that this is not just someone who, hey, he's cute, I want to go meet him. This is someone that you feel very tied to, very connected to, maybe even on a spiritual level. And what you've tried hasn't worked in the past, and you're at a loss. You may be feeling even fearful of taking more actions or moving forward with trying this again. Maybe there's no closure. Maybe this person has been indecisive with you. I don't have anybody else's energy on the table. The Nine of Cups in reverse could indicate, maybe you thought this was something that you wanted and now you realize that it's not what you want, but you're still having a hard time letting it go. Nine of Cups in reverse can indicate, this is a wish that you've been working on, something you've been trying to manifest into your life. But if it's in reverse, it can indicate you thought you wanted this, but now that you have it, it isn't what you thought it was going to be, or it could just indicate that your wish did not come true. That maybe emotionally it wasn't what you wanted. Maybe you realize this isn't as emotionally fulfilling as you thought it would be. So, I mean, there could be, depending on there's obviously this is a general reading, so this could be different for any number of people watching. This could be a situation where you actually started a relationship, realized it wasn't what you wanted, it wasn't emotionally satisfying, it wasn't emotionally fulfilling, and that you need to walk away from this, or you need to let it go. Or this could be a situation where the relationship just never transpired. Maybe the person didn't feel the same way about you. Unrequited love. You're trying again. You're not letting this go because you want to try something else, something new. Wait for a new beginning. Wait for an opportunity where this person maybe changes their mind, or they, you know, their feelings change for you. Maybe their feelings grow. This Queen of Cups and this Queen of Wands is definitely both your energy. So again, I don't have anybody else on the table yet. Let's get this next set of cards out. A little more freedom to move now that Sylvester has planted himself on his blanket. Yay. Looks like he's going to take a nap, which is good. Okay, so we have the Devil that showed up again, this time in the upright position, clarifying the Sun. I think you feel like this is a toxic situation. We have the Three of Pentacles in the upright, clarifying the Lovers. I'll show you some of these cards after I get them out. I think that you know that this is a toxic situation right now because you are hanging on to something that is not healthy. It's probably keeping you in your head. It's probably keeping you from moving forward with other relationships or starting new relationships. I think you know at this point that whatever this is, this relationship or connection that you wanted or have right now and know that it's not right for you, it's not moving forward because it's just not the right thing. There's the Ace of Wands again with the Ace of Cups. Yeah, your gut, Spirit's telling you to move on and you're ignoring that. Spirit's telling you gotta go, you've got to get away from this. It's not healthy, it's not right for you. It's causing you a significant amount of internal conflict, struggling. I don't think that you're showing this to other people. I don't think you're showing how much you're struggling with this to other people who surround you, family, friends, other people you're close to. You just wanted this relationship to work, and everything you've tried hasn't. And you're well aware that this is causing you, this is just, you're well aware that the situation that you're currently in is unhealthy, and you have to end it for your own good. You just want a new start. You want to try again. Maybe you want to start over and you want to try things differently. I feel like you still want this really, really bad. We have the Ace of Wands twice out here. There's the Fool. Taking chances on new beginnings. Taking a risk to start again. Ten of Swords showed up again. I think you have to, well, let me get the rest of these out. We'll talk about them. Page of Swords in reverse. There's the Eight of Swords again for the third time. Holy cow. Capricorn. And the Eight of Cups again. Ace of Cups again. Eight of Cups twice. Ace of Cups twice. Hierophant in reverse. And the World, clarifying the World. Okay, let me show you some of these cards because they're pretty significant. So, let's start with your underlying energy. You've become clear that this is a toxic situation. You know that it is, Capricorn, but you are still craving this new beginning, this new opportunity, and you're willing to take another risk. You're willing to take more chances on this because you feel trapped by it. Trapped by this ending, trapped by knowing that you need to end it, but you don't want it to end. We have the Ten of Swords twice, Eight of Swords three times on the table. This is significant, significantly stressful, lots of mental anxiety. Things have failed in the past. Whatever you've tried in the past has failed, and you want to end this feeling like things aren't working for you. You want to change direction and make things work. Build something new with this person. Make this relationship work in your life, because whatever you've tried in the past, whatever you've done in the past hasn't worked. Maybe you've approached it with a sense of that it wasn't going to work. This Knight of Swords can indicate that there's some fear surrounding this. Maybe you're feeling skeptical. But again, you have the Ten of Swords out here twice. Sorry, I'm showing off camera. And then we have, and I'm not going to pick up all of the Eight of Swords, but we have 3 of them on the table. So again, you're trapped by wanting this new beginning in love. It's caused you heartbreak, sorrow, and maybe you feel that you deserve this and you deserve a second chance. You want to end the frustration. You might be waiting on to hear word from this person, whether it be a text message, phone call. I don't know that you feel like you're up to the task of contacting or communicating with this person yourself, because maybe you have tried this in the past and it hasn't worked. It's gone nowhere. There's a sense of having a shattered illusion that you maybe had your head in the clouds about this, and maybe you approached this person over time and you weren't well received, and you're feeling frustrated. I feel like you've tried things more than once, and maybe you're trying to get this relationship off the ground, and maybe you tried a direct approach, for example, in the past. And maybe you're still connected to this person like on a friendship level, and so when that didn't work, the direct approach, maybe you tried kind of hanging on as a friend, see if the relationship could develop. You have the Six of Cups that came out here. So again, with the Lovers and the Six of Cups, this is somebody who's meant to be in your life. This is a soulmate. Now, when I say it's a soulmate, that doesn't mean that it has to be someone who's going to be in your life for the rest of your life. A soulmate can be someone you have a soul contract with, someone that you're meant to at least experience time in your life, maybe go through some growing moments with them. Maybe you have some experiences with this person. This person has a role to play in your life, so they are significant and you are feeling that connection. But just because this person's a soulmate doesn't mean you're meant to have them in your life forever, or have them in your life in, maybe, like I said, in a romantic sense, or a connection that is real close. It could just be, an acquaintance can be a soulmate. A coworker can be a soulmate. Anybody can be a soulmate. And I think that you're seeing this person in a way that they are not seeing you, or you're hoping for this person to be in your life in a way that they're not. And it's been frustrating for you because you haven't seen any movement forward. So I do feel, again, you're at a loss, don't know what to do. Maybe you've been kind of inconsistent with your actions, and you're kind of holding back on maybe acknowledging what you should be admitting, and that is that it's time to walk away. It's time to relieve yourself of this anguish. It's time to give yourself some relief, because where you are right now is not healthy, Capricorn. I feel like you are really struggling with this. 8 of Swords 3 times, 10 of Swords 2 times, Chariot in reverse, Knight of Pentacles in reverse. I think you want this person to make an offer of love. And you're waiting it out. You're not moving forward. You're not moving away. You're not moving away from this, even though you should. 8 of Cups again. Spirit's telling you to leave this behind. It's causing you too much grief. I do not have this person's energy on the table at all. They're represented by the Six of Cups and the Lovers. There are no other court cards except the Queen of Wands, Queen of Cups. We do have the Page of Swords out here, but I think that just indicates you kind of waiting on a message, or having failed at delivering one, or letting them know how you feel. Maybe they didn't receive the messages you had hoped they would. You're battling a lot of internal conflict, and You know, Hierophant in reverse can indicate broken contracts, can indicate divorce. I don't feel like this is a marriage divorce situation. This to me feels like unrequited love, or it feels like a new relationship that's not quite gelling the way you had hoped that it would. It's not turning out to be what you thought it would be. And you're working on getting out of this. And you've got the Devil in the upright position in your underlying energy. In your set of outcome cards, you have them in the reverse. So I feel like your goal right now, if you're watching this video, it's probably due to the fact that you know that you are frustrated to the point where this is becoming an unhealthy situation for you and you need to heal from it. I'm here to tell you, Capricorn, you're not alone in this situation. Every single person on the face of this planet has been through some kind of situation like this. And it's hard. It's very hard. You know, you need to move forward and close this chapter. We have the World twice. And start fresh on a new path, moving forward. And, you know, this kind of situation, while it's extremely painful and hard to get through, it is also a situation that will allow you to grow spiritually. You're going to be a better person because of having gone through this and overcoming it. And you will. You're going to overcome it. The cards indicate that. This is a work in progress, obviously. And, you know, time to move on, time to move past this difficult situation so that you can have some comfort, some joy, and some love in your life. Because frankly, Capricorn, once you let go of something like this, you make room for something new to come in, right? Isn't that how it works? That's how I understand it works. You have I mean, in this, remember, this does not have to be a romantic situation. It does feel like it based on what I'm seeing in the cards, but this could be any kind of close relationship, soulmate type relationship. It could be a family member, a very close friend, where, you know, time's up on the relationship. It's just time to move on. Things are not the way they used to be, or they're not, the relationship is not turning out to be beneficial to you anymore. Maybe you two aren't the support system that you were to each other at one time, or that you had hoped that you would be. I don't feel like, you know, I could be wrong about this. You know, the cards are indicating that you're trapped by this hope that that this person's going to come forward and make you an offer with time, if you just stick it out, is what I'm getting from this middle set of cards here, that you are kind of in the back of your mind waiting for this to happen. And based on what I see, based on what I think that the Spirit's trying to tell you, it's time to move on. And here's the thing, if you let it go, Capricorn, right? If you let this go, who's to say this person won't come back? I'm not trying to give you false hope, because, I mean, I suppose that could be what it sounds like. But the truth is, if you're able to walk away from this and let it go, maybe by healing what's going on in your life and moving forward with your life or what's good for you, if this person's meant to be in your life, they'll come back. If they're not meant to be in their life, they won't. Someone new will come along. But the situation you're dealing with right now feels very heavy and feels very difficult. So Capricorn, I'm going to try to get a Dreams of Tarot Gaia card, Dreams of Gaia Tarot card as a closing for this reading. These things have been falling out lately, and I don't usually intend for them to do that, but I'm going to take this card, Nine of Air. And based on what I remember from this card, it's a very significant card and probably really significant in this reading. So I'm going to read it from the book, as I have been, and I'll display the card for you so you can see the image. Nine of Air. Ooh, it's really long. Holy cow. Okay, well, I mean, you know, this is the end of the reading after I read from the book. If you get tired of listening to me read, you know, it's up to you. You can turn this off. But I do think that this will give you some clarity on your situation. Based on what I remember, this is actually a very hopeful and positive card. It's a really pretty card, too. I really like the image quite a bit. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and display this, and I'll start reading. Ouch. Well, Carmela bites my ear. Here we go. The Nine of Air represents the imagination and our connection to the universal consciousness or universal mind. It signifies the importance of knowing thyself, for in truly knowing thyself, one will know both the universe and the power of the void. Ask yourself, what if the universe we dwell within is actually the mind of another being? What if the universe is, in reality, a God mind, and we the creation of another being's imagination? What if within our minds there exists universes within universes where creatures that we dream of and imagine dwell in the same way we do here upon the earth, and within their minds are more universes? Like fractals, where the same pattern repeats and creates, our minds contain a universe, and within that universe are creatures and beings who also have universes within their minds. The universes in which we dwell is one of billions existing within the mind that is yet another universe. The pattern repeats in both directions exponentially, creating an infinite number of universes and realities. Now, ponder a moment. What if we looked within and discovered that within the realms of our minds we create new worlds and realities with our belief? We choose to believe in something, and a new world that mirrors that belief is born. We stop believing in something, and that world either evolves with our beliefs or ceases to be completely. Universes overlap, are born and die, forever bound to the life and beliefs of the God mind that created them. What if billions of lives were dependent upon our belief for their very existence? Would it not be wise to believe with understanding and knowledge? Would that not create a universe that is a little more constant and conducive to life? What if we are the only beings within this universe because the God mind in which we dwell is a young mind with limited exposure and at this time only believes in our existence? Pythagoras is credited with saying, "Man, know thyself, and you will know the universe in which gods dwell." Simply put, he believed that to know oneself was to know the universe and the power of the gods, and he is correct. Everything man has within our physical reality that is not born of the natural world was first imagined by man. The television, the phone in your hand, the laptop on your desk, the movies you watch, the car you drive, everything that man has created was first imagined by their inventor. Moreover, when those brave souls voiced their desire to create their new and strange contraptions, they were seen as crazy, eccentric, and foolish. They were told that what they wanted to create was fantasy. At one time or another, everything we have in our present reality was once deemed to be an impossible fantasy, and yet now these things exist, and we take their existence for granted. This is the power of the mind, and the mind's true potential has not yet even begun to be understood or known. All we do know is that the only limit to the mind and what it can do is one that we, the individual, place upon it. We are only limited by our imagination or lack of it. By looking within, learning and understanding the mind and the complex manner in which it controls our lives and how it has taken our life experiences and used them to influence all we do and all that we are, we can choose to unlearn some beliefs, change our thinking, and embrace a new, less restrictive way of thinking. You can become the God mind that you are. And within your mind, you can imagine and make what you imagine into a reality. We live in a society that admires innovation and creativity, and yet paradoxically, I think I'm mispronouncing whatever, fears it, and at times actively seeks to destroy the desire to create. We may be exposed to teachers who punish those who ask questions and challenge the answers because they know there is a better way. We might be ridiculed by family and friends when we use our imaginations and speak of things that are deemed to be fantastical and unbelievable. But again, all that exists in our present reality was once fantasy and dwelt only in the mind. We may find we are repeatedly trained to reject creative endeavors as a waste of time and effort. The Nine of Air represents the importance of knowing your mind, understanding the beliefs and thoughts that limit and restrict you, and freeing your imagination. Now it is time to embrace innovation and creation. It is time to step into the realms of the unknown and imagined, to enter the void, where your imagination is most powerful. and bring what you find there to life. You are born of a universal consciousness. You are capable of greatness, but all too often you may have been punished for seeking it. Nonetheless, it is time to let go of any unconscious bias against creativity and embrace it as the expression of human power and ingenuity that it is. You are as powerful as your mind allows you to be. You are as creative as your mind allows you to be. Don't be afraid to embrace your beautiful imagination. The void in which it resides is the womb that gives birth to a universe that is teeming with life and possibilities. To imagine and create is to make divine magic. You were born of a creative, universal consciousness. You were born to create. Holy cow, that was long. Well, I'm not going to sit here and dwell on it. It took me like 5 minutes to read that. So I'm going to leave that here, Capricorn. I hope that gave you some insight into this reading and maybe helped you out with coming to terms with maybe something that you need to do in order to move forward. I can tell that this is some hard times that you're going through, and I wish you all the best. I really appreciate you joining me and watching my video. I hope that this helps you, and I hope you're able to move forward, and I hope that I see you again sometime. Take care, Capricorn. Bye.